Alright, so we are here with Defiance. Introduce yourself and tell me what you do in the band.
My name's Mike Kaufmann. I play bass and do backup vocals.
Steev Esquivel, vocalist.
Excellent. When did Defiance form?
Oakland, California, around 1985, 86. And it was just, we started just me and Matt Vanderin and a guitar player, another guitar player, and kind of evolved from that.
How long did it take you to get a record deal?
It took us till 1988, and we were playing some shows. We played some shows with some of the local bands like Las Rocket. And what happened was the guy that was working with us took our demo tape out with Testament, and it got into the hands of somebody at Roadrunner Records. I got a call from Monty Connor at Roadrunner Records. He loved the band. He flew out immediately to watch us at practice and see us play a show at the Stone, and they immediately made us a record deal offer.
So let's see the first album and tell me whatever you remember from that time. So
well,
first album, can you show it? That's the one. That's the one. Yep. So here we go. Yes.
We recorded this in Canada with Jeff Waters from Annihilator. It's a pretty good experience. Little few problems there, I won't get into it, but we were happy with it until eventually we weren't happy with our singer anymore, and we got this guy.
Yep. How much promotion was done for the first album? Was there a tour, anything?
There was, yeah, we did not tour for the first album.
No tours, but there was tons of promotion for that.
There was a lot of promotion. Roadrunner was really, really behind the album, but pretty much right after we recorded and it was released, within maybe 2-3 months, we did a few shows, and we decided we weren't happy. We met Steve. He was playing in a local band called Laughing Dead, and we immediately, me and Doug Harrington, immediately knew we wanted him and went after him aggressively. And it went from there. And Roadrunner loved him too, so they were very much behind us with that.
Steve, how did you find your way into Defiance then?
Very aggressively. Well, I actually joined the band the day after their record release show.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was pretty bad timing. Unfortunately, for Ken, and they decided to part ways. And I'm, just a young buck, just moved to the Bay Area, and I had been friends with the manager, Ace Cook, and he was basically, courting me without me knowing it, and I was coming to hang out with them because they had become friends, and I was just kind of showing up to practice, and their singer wasn't showing up. And they were just like, "Hey, why don't you try?" I was like, "Okay," And the famous story goes is I've got the lyrics to Product of Society to learn my stuff and to possibly get the gig. And my band Laughing Dead found the lyrics underneath the bed. It was a horrible situation for everyone. We all stayed friends, and to this day. But sometimes you have to do what you got to do to get where you got to go.
Yep. Second album. How did the writing go with you in it?
We had already started writing for that album before Steve joined the band.
Oh, that's right, huh?
Yeah, we did. We had a few songs
Exception
written.
of Fate, Checkmate.
Yeah. And Steve wrote all the lyrics. And
me and Doug wrote a lot, and Jim, and then you,
yeah,
buddy, ours.
The whole album was a collective effort.
Yeah.
We all wrote parts too. I think Steve may have even written a part. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it was just a really, really, really cool time because we knew the label was behind us. Obviously I just turned 18, so it was like really cool. They had put us up in a house to live in at the studio, and we had the producer from Satriani and John Garibaldi.
Violence.
Yeah, and Violence. True. Yeah, that's right. Wow, that's right. So it was a great time. We took full advantage of it. Me and Mike argue about it to this day. We didn't get much touring on it because we didn't know how to tour. Things are different now. So that was.
Let's see the album and any other memories that may come from that.
Well,
There it is.
we went out
Void
to
Terra Firma.
Yeah, what tours did we do?
Yeah.
We toured with Violence and Flotsam and Jetsam and Dark Angel.
Dark Angel, we did a few shows, and then we did Annihilator tour.
Right, Annihilator.
It was the tail end of their Alice in Hell tour, and they were going through a singer change too, so it was kind of a weird time
We also
for
did,
them.
Right, go ahead.
Yeah.
We did a bunch of other shows like with Overkill, Merciful, King Diamond. That was incredible. A bunch of I can't remember all the bands we played with, but we were just doing a lot of shows back then.
Yeah, there was a few clubs that were kind of called the Omni, Stone, and One Step Beyond that were kind of all grandfathered in together. And, you know, there was a lot of a good handful of bands that got the good national shows. That we were one of them. It was a really strong scene, obviously in the Bay Area. So
Then comes the album number 3. You want to show that? Yep.
Right. Okay. So
Beyond.
we a lot of people know that we kind of strayed in a little different direction. Did a little maybe what you want to call jazz fusion.
I got kicked out of the band.
You kicked yourself out.
I got kicked out of the band. I did. Yeah. I lost respect in myself there for a second. But no, this was a pretty hard record to make because so many, you know, like, well, for one, Pantera had come out, and it was like just a slap in the face to everyone from the Bay Area because we were the heaviest ones around. Everyone from the Bay Area, and then these Texas boys came around and was like, "Oh shit, all right, you know, we got
crunch sound.
that crunch sound that everyone wanted, the high end, and we had a producer named Rob Beaton who had just worked with Heathen, and he had captured a really killer sound with them. So we're hoping to get that. And what I was saying about getting kicked out of the band, I got told by the producer that I wasn't really seeing the big picture. And he was right, you know, young kids doing stupid things that you eventually outgrow. So
It just delayed the album basically.
Yeah, totally.
While we got our shit together for the next 6-8 months, and then so the album was delayed. It was supposed to come out in '91. It ended up coming out in '92. I remember Monty Connor calling me up in his New York accent saying, "You got to hurry up, guys. You know, the thrash thing is dying and all this." And then so
Alice in Chains came out and pretty much put a stink on thrash.
right.
You know.
And so anyway, yeah, I didn't believe him. You know, I said, no, bullshit. And he was right, of course. And so when the album came out, they did not push it as much as they had pushed the other 2 albums. We were supposed to go do a European tour and everything, but we lost out on that just because we waited too long and our video support and all that. So that was pretty much the end for a while.
What happened next?
Well, to a lot of people, this is our best album. I mean, a lot of people love this album. I love it. You know, I know it's the band's favorite album in a lot of ways. We're really proud of it. It's too bad that it didn't come out maybe a year or two earlier.
My favorite record is Product of Society. I think it's just an amazing record.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, the vocalist, there's something to be said about it. I mean, he's not a dynamic singer or nothing, but he definitely holds his ground. It's something I thought that was just like when I remember hearing the band
We weren't
on
happy with the guitar
KSJS
tones.
with just the voice and the drum tone and the guitars. It didn't really have that much distortion on them. You know, on the first record, it was just really cool. It's like cutting ice. You know, it's pretty cool.
We weren't happy with the guitar tones. There was Steve wasn't there, of course, but and I can say this, you know, without pissing anybody off. Jeff Waters
Annihilated the guitar tone.
he took away our guitar tone. We got in a big argument where the record company had to step in, and basically Jeff got his way. He has since apologized for that and ultimately admitted that he was wrong.
Then remix the record, buddy.
Yeah, right. So what happened was he made us turn the guitars down to 7. You know, they're supposed to be all the way up to 10. So it just took out all the crunch.
Yeah, turn down the gain. Turn down the gain, and then you double them, and then you get that one thing. It's like, no, you got to get that one thing from that one fucking thing.
Yeah,
the feedback and all that shit, man. You know.
Right. I wouldn't say it ruined the album or anything, but it ruined it for us.
Well, hey, 35 years later, I think it made for a very unique record.
It is unique. Yeah, it is unique. And a lot of people love it. A lot, you know, you got fans that are torn between Void Terra Firma and Proctor Society, you know, they swear by both. And, you know, both of them are extremely different albums, both very good in their own way.
The band ended afterwards. What happened?
Well, like, you know, thrash went out. A lot of bands ended after that, and we evolved into a different band. Steev went on to do Skin Lab and did great in Skin Lab. And
well, we had found out that we were no longer on Roadrunner through the grapevine. And I mean, I was living in the warehouse that Machine Head were living in, and basically it's like literally Hunter came in and signed Machine Head, and pretty much we didn't get the note, but we were dropped right when they got signed. So
they told me we were dropped.
Yeah, no, and Adam told me. We just talked about it the other day. You know, that's just when things are so close. I mean, it's just everything's so close here. When the A&R guys come fishing, they come fishing in the same pond sometimes, you know.
It's so funny because Machine Head, their very first show in the Bay Area, probably, you know, first show they ever did in the Bay Area as Machine Head, they opened for us at a show at a place called Made in Malone's, and you know, it was a great show, and you know, I saw them. They weren't great. You could tell they were just starting out, but who would have known, you know, how big they would have gotten. And then they played with us down in LA a couple months later.
The last show at Gazzari's.
Right.
Yeah, the Foundation Forums. And they actually got to play twice, fuckers, because they did so good that Biohazard missed them. So Biohazard was the big shit in town. So they said, no, fucking Machine Head's fucking playing again. So they got to play again and got signed off of that shit. They were fucking
Andre
sick.
from Roadrunner was there. I was watching him just like.
So it was just like that, just like boom. Here's the slip the magic carpet.
How did Defiance get back together?
Well, a little later, we just talked. You know, we had some opportunities come up. Some we turned down. Some we didn't. And we decided to start working on another album. And in the middle of that, our guitar player Doug Harrington got sick with cancer. And isn't that pretty much what happened? You know.
Yeah. Well, Doug wanted to do another record. He's, you know, like, Steev, come back, dude. I want to do this shit. You know, I know I'm dying, and you know, let's fucking do this. You know, and he tried till his dying day. You know.
It was really sad. He was about 10 days before he died, where he came down to the studio and tried to record. And he was really sick, really sick. But he was able to record some stuff for this album. And, you know, we're really proud of that. I'm really happy about that. But like I said, he literally died 10 days later, you know, and I could see him. He was in bad shape. But he did want us to finish it without him, and we did.
Yeah. And such a really dark record.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, you know, this in my mind, this is our best sounding record.
Yeah.
You know, it sounds incredible. Steev did an awesome job on vocals. I love the bass tone, the guitar work. We had Glenn
Avalias.
Yeah, does a bunch of solo work on it, which is really good.
Mark Hernandez on drums.
Right.
Excellent. So what's going on now? What's next?
Well, right now we're 3 shows in. You know, we've kind of made the decision to see if the fans want us to do something. You know, the last 2 shows have been phenomenal, and we're pretty excited. You know, a lot of riffs floating around, and we'll just see. You know, Mike and Billy started writing. Billy, who's our new guitar player, started writing a few months ago, and we'll see. You know, obviously it has to be done right. You know, so we'll see.
It has to be Defiance.
It has to be Defiance. Well, there's no doubt it will, because that man right behind you, Jim Adams, is still in the band, and he's well, both those guys, he and Billy, are just phenomenal together. It's a great team, and you'll see tonight. It's gonna be awesome.
The response we've had so far from the shows that we've done so far has been amazing, and you know, we're really happy with that.
I think we're as tight as we have ever been. Matt's on fire right now. Matt, our original drummer. I mean, yeah, I think we're all just having fun.
Really happy to have Matt back.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.